Your portfolio might have just dropped significantly over the last few weeks. You are panicking and you just want to cut your losses. But before you click that red sell button, you need to watch this. You need to know these three things because that decision could cost you a hefty amount over the next decade. I get it. Watching your hard-earned money disappear, it's terrible. It's not a good scene at all. That churning feeling in your stomach, it's completely normal. I've been there and millions of other investors have been there as well. But in the next few minutes, I'm gonna walk you through what to do, or more importantly, what not to do when the market is going down. Because the truth is, market downturns aren't the problem. Bad decisions during that time are. And most beginner investors makes these three critical mistakes that turn the temporary losses into permanent ones. Now, if you're following the news, you know the market is having a bit of correction. In November so far, the S&P 500 index dropped almost 3%, and ASX 200 almost dropped 6% in November 2025 so far. But you know what? Since 1950, the S&P 500 had almost 24 correction and 13 crashes, meaning in the last 75 years, there were 24 times that the S&P 500 had declines of 10% or more, and 13 times decline of 20% or more. The most recent crash was during the COVID back in Feb 2020. Remember that, don't you? So 37 times people felt exactly what you're feeling right now. 37 times the financial media said this time is different, and 37 times the market recovered. So here's the part that matters the most. The average recovery for a correction is around 5 months, and recoveries from bear market based on recent data is around 12 to 24 months. During this time, if you're selling, you are basically turning your temporary paper losses into permanent ones. Meanwhile, the investors who stayed invested, or even better, who actually bought the dip, they're the ones winning in this game of patience. Not because they're super smart or they have some insider information, but because they understand these three simple basic principles that I'm about to share with you. So let's dive into the first thing that you absolutely need to know before you click that red sell button. You need to ask yourself, when do you need that money? If that money you need is in the next 5 years, this correction is absolutely relevant to you. If retirement is in 20 years, trust me, you'll see so many more crashes, 5 or even more, and you'll see them recover as well. But if you need that money in the next 1 or 2 years, you have a different problem. You were too aggressive to begin with. The mistake wasn't staying invested now. It was your allocation from the start. Second thing is, when you sell during a crash, you're doing one thing. You are making your losses permanent. That significant amount drop, that drop that you can see on your portfolio, that significant amount, it's just a paper loss. But once you click that sell button, you're locking it in. You are making it permanent. And let me give you a simple math that should actually scare you, but it's very important to know this. If you sell at a 20% loss, you need a 25% gain just to break even. Sell at a 30% down, you need a 43% gain. The hole gets deeper very fast. Meanwhile, history shows us something crystal clear. The market always recovers. The S&P 500 has never failed to reach a new all-time high eventually. Never. Your job is not to avoid the crash. Your job is to stay in the market when it recovers. Third is, and this is where it gets very interesting, you think crashes as a discount. It's like a sale happening. It's like a Black Friday sale or a Cyber Monday sale where every stocks, every index funds goes on sale. It's an opportunity. This is why the wealthy investors never panic during a crash. In fact, they get more greedy during this time. Just as Warren Buffett said, be fearful when others are greedy and greedy when others are fearful. If you have cash reserves and you're regularly contributing towards your retirement accounts, you're basically buying a discount price. That's not a disaster. That's dollar cost average in action. You're getting more shares for the same money. So here's what exactly to do right now. Action 1, log off and don't check your portfolio every hour. It's not gonna help you, it's only gonna make you anxious. And when you're anxious, you're gonna make irrational decisions. So don't look into the phone, don't look into your portfolio every hour. Action 2 is review your asset allocation. If stocks dropping 20% terrifies you, meaning you have too much stocks in your portfolio for your risk tolerance, you need to reassess your allocation and do the assessment and reallocate them after the market recovers, not during the crash though, okay? Action number 3 is just keep investing. Especially if you're in a longer timeline, just do the automatic investment. Don't pause it. If you have already the automatic investments in place, don't pause it. Just keep it on, and basically you're buying on sale, right? So why would you pause your investments? Just keep doing whatever you're doing. Action 4 is if you have more cash on the sides and if you have a longer timeline, just keep adding more. Not all at once, but spread it across weeks or even months. Action 5, only sell if your situation has fundamentally changed. You might lose a job or you have a medical emergency, but obviously that's not recommended. I highly recommend everyone to have at least 6 months of emergency fund with your basic expenses covered. I don't expect you to start investing without that emergency fund. But anyway, if something drastically changed in your life, only then sell it. And that's the last option. You should not be selling your holdings during a crash. The market crash isn't your problem. The reaction to it is. 10 years from now, you'll look back at this moment where you will be proud of yourself and say, yes, I've been patient and I've built wealth, or you would just regret and take it as a very expensive mistake that you've made. So choose wisely. And remember, corrections are frequent. Growth is persistent. If this video helped you in any way and gave you that clarity that you wanted, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and share with someone who really needs to hear this. And if you want to learn how to invest with as little as $100, I have a full video. I'll put the link somewhere here or in the description below. You can check them out to learn more. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.